that's like 20 shots.
Heard him right there. Dozens of shots ring out during a gunfight between sheriff's deputies and an alleged kidnapper. Tonight at 11, witnesses share their video of the shootout that ended with the 19-year-old suspect dead. Good evening, everybody. I'm CJ Ward. We have team coverage of today's events in Solvang, but first, everybody is putting their efforts into finding the teenager he allegedly kidnapped in Northern California. It all started as an Amber Alert for 15-year-old Pearl Pinson. She's 5'3", about 130 pounds. She has brown hair dyed green and was last seen wearing a gray sweater and black leggings. Now, the search tonight has been expanded to include a huge area from Solano County to Santa Barbara County. Authorities say this man, Fernando Castro, is shown in these photos here driving up Highway 101 in Solvang just before the standoff. That's where a viewer watched him pass by with police in pursuit.
This guy just passed us, almost cut us off. There's 2 or 3 cops chasing him now, right here on the 101 South.
Now, News Channel 3 was the first to break this story. Vicki Nguyen joins us live from Solvang tonight with the latest on this developing story. Vicki.
CJ, the scene definitely has changed. The spectators are gone, but law enforcement, their presence is still here. There's a sheriff's deputy right behind me earlier, and he was checking residents as they entered and exited the area. So law enforcement is here. They have been working with Solano County up in NorCal tonight, and they said that they did receive multiple tips regarding the whereabouts of this 15-year-old girl, Pearl Pinson, and they are heavily investigating the situation. But here's a recap of what went on today.
Shots fired!
Dude.
Shots fired!
Dude, that's like 20 shots.
A death was the result of an intense shootout between an abductor and Santa Barbara County Sheriff's deputies this afternoon in Solvang. Just a day before, 15-year-old Pearl Pinson from Northern California was seen dragged by 19-year-old Fernando Castro. Witnesses say Pearl was bleeding and crying for help. This afternoon, an Amber Alert was issued. Within an hour, a highway patrol officer spotted Castro driving on Highway 101.
The suspect vehicle was being pursued by CHP. It exited in Buellton. Santa Barbara County Air Support was providing critical information, air surveillance, letting dispatch and letting law enforcement know where this vehicle was located.
Running in the trailer park. Oh, shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired!
Deputies followed Castro into a Solvang neighborhood where he crashed his car. Nearby residents heard the gunfire exchange between Castro and the officers as he forced his way into a woman's home.
Well, we got a phone call from my aunt that the guy almost ran her over. So we showed up here, and then when we got here, 20 shots were fired. We were recording live stream on Facebook, and they were backing us up. They were screaming to back up. They were backing everybody up. So we backed up, and then more shots were fired.
Castro was confirmed dead by Solano and Santa Barbara County Sheriff's deputies. And again, Pearl Pinson is still missing, so authorities are looking for her. They've set up a toll-free number, a tip line for her. It's 707-784-1963. If you have any information about her whereabouts, please call that number or alert authorities by calling 911. Live in Solvang, Vicki Nguyen, News Channel 3.
Okay, thank you, Vicki. And witnesses to yesterday's abduction say Pinson desperately tried to fight off the man who took her. Authorities say the two knew each other.
We're going to find you. We're not going to stop finding you until you're safe at home.
For more than a day and a half, Rose Pinson and her family have prayed, searched, and waited helplessly.
What do you think happened?
All I know is that he kidnapped her, and I pray that she's found safe.
Investigators quickly identified Fernando Castro as the kidnapper. Pearl Pinson was on her way to school Wednesday morning when witnesses say she tried to fight off Castro on this pedestrian bridge.
Pearl had some what they believe to be blood, and we also found on her face, and we also found some at the scene. Witnesses say they saw the bloody 15-year-old screaming for help before she vanished. Her cell phone left behind.
You fight your way through it. He may be stronger than you, but you just got to keep fighting it.
Deputies say the two were acquaintances, but where he allegedly took her and why are unknown. Investigators say they found disturbing notes at the suspect's home, and they would only say finding her is a top priority.
There is concerns on a lot of the items that we took from the house.
It's scary. It's really painful because you don't know what is going on.
And we have continuing coverage of this story. We will be live tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. in Solvang for the latest on the investigation. You'll also find more pictures from the scene and eyewitness video from the moment the shots rang out. Plus, hear the moment-by-moment scanner traffic as police and medics describe the chaos at the scene. And you can find all of it at KEYT.com. And now to vote 2016. All three presidential candidates are campaigning in California right now. Bernie Sanders set his sights on Ventura County today, becoming the first presidential candidate to hold a rally here during that election. Now, News Channel 3's Kelsey Gerkens spoke one-on-one with him.
Thousands of people in Ventura County are feeling the burn. In our exclusive one-on-one interview with Senator Bernie Sanders, the Democratic presidential candidate explained to us why he's here. Senator Sanders, you're making a huge push in California, in Ventura County today.
Yeah.
How important is California to you?
Well, California is enormously important because there are 475 delegates at stake here. And I just want to thank all the people, the 10,000 people or so here in Ventura who came out. It was a great turnout. We are running a unprecedented, if I may say so, grassroots campaign. We're going to be bringing out over 200,000 people from one end of the state to the other at these types of rallies. Because I think it's important for people to see firsthand what the candidate is like and what he stands for. That's the kind of politics I believe, and that's why I think we stand a really good chance to win here.
Do you think you have a legitimate opportunity to beat Hillary Clinton for the Democratic nomination?
This is what I think. I think it's an uphill battle. Right now, we're at about 46% of pledged delegates. And that means that in the 6 states, including California, that come up on June 7th, we're going to have to do really, really well.
I like the fact that he understands that the president is working for the people and not their own agenda and their own rich buddies. I think it's refreshing what he's doing and really bringing people from all over the place together.
A group of several thousand people of all ages and demographics came out here to Ventura County.
I'm first in line, got here at 5:30 in the morning. I really feel like this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to see the best speaker and politician of my lifetime, and it's all or nothing. This is it.
Kelsey Gerkens, News Channel 3.
And a new poll out today by the Public Policy Institute shows the Democrats are deadlocked here in California. Hillary Clinton has a razor-thin 46 to 44% lead over Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders, who you just saw. A reminder, Sanders will appear at a rally at Santa Barbara City College Saturday morning. Gates will open there at 7:30. And then later on Saturday, he will speak at Santa Maria High School. Gates there open at 10:30. Both events are free, but the Sanders campaign encourages people to RSVP for these free events. And to do that, just go to KEYT.com and click on the Central Coast Sanders article. ABC News estimates Trump has reached the magic number of delegates necessary to become the Republican presidential nominee. He surpassed the 1,237 mark needed. Meanwhile, Clinton is struggling with the political fallout from the State Department Inspector General's report. That report revealed that as Secretary of State, Clinton never requested or obtained permission to conduct government business on her private server, even though they say she had an obligation to do so. Still ahead on News Channel 3 at 11, dog owners don't typically think of dog parks as a danger zone, but they can be. We'll have a story every dog owner should see coming up. And be careful, spoiler alert, Star Wars delivers a tourism boom to an ancient island. We'll have that story coming up.
And if you like consistent weather, well, yesterday 76, today 76 as well in Santa Barbara. Coming up, we are tracking changes just in time for that holiday weekend, and I'll have all those details when we come back.
Live, CJ Ward, Chief Meteorologist Alan Rose, and Mike Land Sports. This is KEYT News Channel 3, where the news comes first.